This is why you should teach your kids never to trust anyone. This is a true story of a young boy called Benedict who was killed by his father's best friend. His reasons for killing the little boy will shock you. For context, I was his teacher when this happened at St. Teresa's Catholic School, Ukwoba. So Benedict is a young boy in JS2, full of life and always in school. Two of his elder sisters attend the same school and they are always punctual and never miss a day. So it's surprising when on that fateful day, none of the siblings are in school. On further inquiries into why, it's discovered that the boy Benedict is missing and hasn't been seen by anyone since the previous evening. Now it so happened that Benedict's father is a policeman and so a search for him began. Shortly after that, the family got a call from a supposed kidnapper demanding for a 350,000 naira ransom. While the family is going through this ordeal, friends and family gathered together to show their support. One person in particular, the father's best friend, was at the house every day to console the family. Little did anyone know that this best friend was the kidnapper. He had called Benedict to escort him somewhere, and being that he was a close friend of his father's, the little boy followed him only to wind up kidnapped. The craziest part is that while this friend demanded ransom, he had already killed Benedict, knowing that the little boy would recognize him and point him out if he ever got released. He threw the boy, while still alive, into a sewage pit. Every day he would call to threaten the family and demand for a ransom, and at night he would go to the house to console the family. This happened every day. He always showed up to comfort the family. Eventually, being a policeman, Benedict's father came up with a plan. He took the ransom money to where the kidnapper asked him to take it to, but waited closely behind to see who would come pick up the money. Guess who did? His best friend. He was shocked beyond reasoning. His own best friend was the kidnapper. After much pressure, the friend confessed, stating that the boy was already dead. I think for like 6 days as at then. He then took them to the sewage tank where he had pushed the boy into, and sure enough, the boy's body was found, already severely disfigured and barely recognizable. This singular incident caused the entire family to relocate out of the state for good. The boy's mother had even fainted the day she heard the news. Nobody could believe it, not even I. I was particularly fond of that boy. Sadly, no major news outlet carried the news. This happened sometime late 2020 or early 2021, can't remember clearly. Poor Benedict was buried and I can still remember his face to this day. I left the school shortly afterwards.